the bills in the house, since the husband and wife are married, I think the bill should be paid by both. Since they are one, you know, there should be complementarity in everything.
I think it's the man. Men are supposed to pay the bills in the house because they are the head.
The husband and the wife should pay the bill.
Seriously, the man should pay the bill.
It should be both. Well, but it should be more of the father.
It's 5:30 a.m. in the morning. The alarm bell goes off. It's the dawn of a new day. Amidst rushing around for the morning routine, barely enough time to have breakfast, trying to analyze what the day will bring and your plans. 140 million people, all heading in various directions, but with one goal: who pays the bills? Welcome to Amazons.
Paying the bills.
Nice to be back. Nice to see you ladies again.
The last time we went to Bimbo, I paid the bills.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Where did we go? And
KFC.
but paying the bills between it, when you talk about paying the bills, I don't know. I think we've evolved. We've changed so much that was it ever in our tradition for men to be the breadwinner of the family?
Yes.
Yeah, it's always been.
Is it written? Yes. Is it like a law written down and
Bimbo, it's taken for granted.
Stone?
The man is the head of the family.
Don't forget that Nigeria has changed. We had a Nigeria before where women were warriors, where women were breadwinners. They were the farmers. So what are we talking about? Are we sure this is engraved in our tradition?
Okay, when you talk about bills,
there are unspoken rules in the tradition. It is taken for granted. The man is the head of the home. The man should go out and earn a living for the family. The man should pay the bills.
In which Nigeria? The Nigeria of old, the women farmed.
No, the Nigeria
The women were the farmers, the workers.
The women were the farmers, but they were not. The women were supporting the men to take care of the bills.
What were the men doing?
They were also working.
They were sitting at home.
No, really, guys. Okay, when you talk about bills, okay, bills are, what are bills? To me, bills are what?
Bills are anything that you have to exchange
money for,
to get.
Cash.
Money for, okay, fine. And usually you have bills happening within relationships, isn't it?
Most definitely.
Especially in marriages, there are constant bills, the day-to-day running of the home, the school fees as well. You talk about your rent as well. I mean,
servicing the car, putting food in the house, buying gas.
The list is endless.
Phone call
repairing
bills.
the generator.
Okay, but the thing is, for women, I think I wouldn't say a lot of women believe that a man should pay the bills. Right. While they sit at home. No. I believe in Dutching.
Oh, that's been British.
No.
That is British. No, that is not Nigerian.
I think women should support. Really, I think in this day and age, with everything going on,
it should be left for the woman to make the choice. It should not be enforced.
The man has no choice.
It should not be enforced. The man should not expect that my wife, for instance, if the man is paying the school fees, that the wife should pay the lesson fee. Sometimes
let's look at it from a cultural. Let's look at it from
you guys a question. Which Nigeria are you talking about?
Today's Nigeria.
Today's Nigeria, where it takes two to make a home. Both bills work. It's not a matter of I'm the man or I'm the woman now. It doesn't take your position as the head of the family away, but it takes two to pay the bills in Nigeria of today.
Okay, let's look at it from a cultural point of view. Let's go outside Nigeria. Let's broaden our horizon.
British.
Okay,
like
no, it's not. No. I don't think it has anything to do with that. It's just sometimes I think for a woman as well, for you to earn respect in your home, you must be contributing something. Gone are the days where you sit back
I think
with your feet
it's the other
up.
way. For you to earn respect in the home, the man should take up all the bills. That is what it is. I mean, the man, for you to earn the respect of your wife, for you to earn the respect of your children, you pay all the bills.
Yeah, but
we have seen homes where the wife pays the bills, and we know what happens to such homes. The man loses the respect in the home. The man loses the self-esteem.
Not
the
all
man,
homes.
because they say the woman,
Is it voluntary? Is it because he can't afford to pay the bills, or because he's just irresponsible and he doesn't want to pay?
Those are two different things. That's very true.
Very, very true. Some men have the means to take up the responsibility of paying all the bills, but they are just not too responsible to take up the responsibility of paying the bills at home. And they expect the wife to also chip in something. Which is why I'm saying for the woman to chip in something at home, it must be as a matter of choice for the woman. I want to support my husband. I want to, you are paying the school fees, I want to pay the lesson bills. You are buying gas for the generator. Me, I think the man should pay all the bills.
Yes, because somewhere ingrained in us is the fact that we should be taken care of by the man. That's what we're made to believe from when we're children.
Some of us as women as well, we actually, I wouldn't say the word,
we
actually do
love with
go,
you doing all those things.
we overdo it. We don't want to do anything. There are so many women who all they want to do is to spend money. They don't want to contribute. And then, you know, when things go sore, you know, down the line, then they complain, you know. Anyway, we're going to take a quick short break and we'll be back still talking about who pays the bills.
The woman stays at home and spends the man's card.
The least you can do is you need to learn to eat what is called the humble pie.
Some would be so bold enough. Even sometimes you'll be so embarrassed. What's this one? You see one rat trying to talk to you and you just be like, are you all right?
Welcome back to Amazons. We're still talking about who should pay the bills. Joining us today is Chief Barrister Nkechi Chukwueke.
Welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you, darling. Thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
It's nice seeing you again.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Amazons.
Welcome to Amazons.
Thank you.
We are going to be talking, we were talking about who pays the bills. Aisha thinks the man should pay the bills. Bimbo doesn't really have, you know, she's not really bothered. I think a woman should contribute, but then a woman of your experience and where you're coming from and everything, obviously I know you do, you've been paying some bills. What do you think? Who should pay the bills?
For me, anybody can pay the bills. You don't have to be the man all the time or the woman all the time. Well, again, depending on what bills is there to be paid, who invited, who is to pay the bill, who initiated the payment, who initiated the bill, or what is to be paid for. Assuming I invited Aisha for a dinner or a lunch, it's my own choice to take her out for a lunch. I should pay the bill.
Okay.
If Bimbo, maybe after close of work, we also, okay, let's hang out somewhere. She might say, okay, should you have enough money there? I can contribute.
Those bills are easy to pay because you're enjoying it.
No,
The bills,
I'm coming. I'm coming.
You know the bills,
coming.
outing bills and...
Oh, sure. Hold on.
We're talking about the bills, the
Hold
main
on.
bills.
When you go to a drink to have a Coca-Cola, aren't you paying any money? That's an exchange. It's also a bill. It's not free.
But
we're
we are
looking at
talking
bills.
about
Free.
house bill. We
know.
are talking about hospital bills. We are talking
School
about never
fees.
Hold on.
Rent,
We are talking about the
Women, you
bill.
people are so fun. You just want to
Holiday.
be sport and
You know the
pampered. Bill is bill. Now, haven't said that on a lighter mode. You know, the problem with women is we just underrate ourselves. We just think because you're a woman, you can never do any good. No. By nature, if God has said you will be a rich man, you have to make the home. You can't run away from it. Even if you are married, you are lucky you got married to a rich man, or your husband is well-to-do, being that God has destined that you are also going to be a rich woman, will not stop you from contributing to the home. Fine, in an African setting, it's believed, in Nigeria, well, African setting, but in Nigeria in particular, it's believed that a man should pay the house rent, pay the school fees, provide feeding. Fine and good. Where I come from, it's expected that at least, if you are lucky as a woman, your husband should pay your rent, pay the school fees, provide the feeding. You are just the most luckiest woman on earth. But when it comes to supporting the man, if you earn some salaries, you are financially okay, you are doing some businesses, or there's an income coming, or even from your family, maybe they have willed a lot of money to you, you won't just allow the money to waste or rot, allow the man to suffer because he's the man. I say no to that. So what I think is that the woman should be a supporting mate to the man.
Madam, sorry, can I ask you a question? When you talk about support, support can be because
Emotional.
there's no set rules.
Yes.
So how does a woman support when you talk about support? Because it's easy for us who are working, a woman who is working and is financially independent can think of what you're saying. But a woman who is not equipped, who has never done one day, who has never worked a day in her life, doesn't even have the kind of, doesn't have a choice.
Yes.
You know?
Unless we are restricting, supporting your home to financial, you know, standing.
I need to make a clarification,
Yes.
Nkechi. The clarification is this, that the man is capable of taking care of the bills.
Yes, but yet.
Should take care of the bills.
Yes.
That the man is not capable, the woman should help. For instance, if the man does not have the financial means to meet up the demands of paying the bills anymore, and the woman has the capability, of course, she doesn't need to be told to do that. But where the man has the capacity and is able to do it, the woman has no business doing it. That's the point of disagreement. That's why I'm saying I need to make the clarification. The fact that the man's, no, let me finish. The fact that the man pays the bills does not mean that the man is stepping over the woman. It is his responsibility. He should do it. But where he cannot do it, the woman should help. That is where the help comes, not a demand of the man, expecting the woman to take part of the responsibility of running the home. Of course, if the man is not around, the woman can take up certain responsibility in the home and still gives the bill back to the man when he comes back.
Actually, you're very mean on the men. And I don't
No, it's not being mean. I'm just saying it.
No, I don't like this. You know why I say I don't like this?
No, tell me.
Even when the man is financial, whatever standard you look at it, it's okay. You can buy her one car every day. What stops her from sometime taking up some responsibility?
That is a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice.
That is a choice for the woman to make.
I think, hold on, let me come in here. I think what Aisha is not saying the woman should not pay at all.
Yes.
What she's saying is, you know what? A man will not go into the kitchen and cook for himself when he has a wife. Therefore, a wife should not.
What stops a man from doing that?
No,
They do.
I think what Aisha is basically trying to say is, you know what? You have a role to play.
Yes.
Play your role. Do not expect any support from me. If I choose to support because I'm
It's a
capable
choice.
to support, then fine. But don't expect it from me. I think that's what Aisha is trying to say.
That's basically where you stand.
Yes.
And I tell you, it's not proper.
No, but can I, okay, we're not, obviously not going to agree on this. Everybody is very strong and passionate about their standpoint. Aisha, I understand what you're saying perfectly. The fact that he can do it means he should do it since he's the head of the family. And we do, in Nigeria, have like rules. The woman is the one that cooks, the man is the one that brings the bills. We have to, but now let's look at it from women. We have a lot of women now who have achieved a lot in the banking sector and so many other
business women and all that.
Some of them are not married. And what it is that men are intimidated by the fact that they have all that money to even go and talk to them.
Okay.
So we now have a reversal. If it was a woman, we're comfortable. If the man is rich or if he's poor. But when it comes to the women, the men are not as comfortable. They don't see themselves going to be, she's the MD of a bank. Oh no, she's not for me. She'd be too expensive.
That's complex. Men have complex, you don't know.
Human beings generally have complex. We have to be very careful about gender issues here.
With due respect. It's complex. Complex does not mean that every man has complex. Some will be so bold enough. Even sometimes you'll be so embarrassed. What's this one? You see one rat trying to talk to you, and you just be like, are you all right?
Okay, for that same reason, Nkechi, for that same reason, should a woman be asking the man permission to pay bills, just so you don't want the man to feel intimidated, just so you don't want the man to think that you are taking over his role in the house?
In what position are you saying now, when the woman
is more able
financially? Also, with due respect to the men folk, I strongly believe it depends on the man. Most men lack confidence. Once a woman can earn more than the man, whatever the woman does is
totally wrong.
No, he frowns at it. He picks at every slightest opportunity. Or it's because I cannot do this. It's because your father gave us this house. I'm moving out of this house today. It's our wedding present. I'm not living here. And before you know it, and the woman probably was just being herself, being innocent. So, but if it's a man that is a man, a real man, to hell with you. He will still sit on you with your money and give you orders and direct you and make you to do what you're supposed to do. a man is a man. And for me, I like such men. I like strong men.
I can see that Chief Nkechi is an African woman.
Yes, and she
and
likes
believes
a
in an
strong-
African man.
strong
okay,
African man.
strong African man. Now let's move away from that. Okay, let's go outside. Let's go outside the country.
Okay.
Okay. In the UK, I said Dutch. You said something about being British. Nothing to do with that. Two people are working, you're both professionals, okay? You don't get the kind of help that you get in this country from there. You know, there's no nanny, there's nobody, so you're practically running up and down the whole place and paying no driver, nothing, no luxury, okay? And you're both bringing money, you're both earning income. And what is expected is most of the time they have a joint account, you know, where both your salaries go into, and then the bills are paid from there. And it's equal share, I think, of paying the bills. Now, why is it that in such situation you find that relationships tend to be balanced compared to where in a situation back home in Africa, when the man is paying your bills, there's this thing where he's right at the top and you're supposed to be at the bottom because he's paying the bills. But you know what? Guys, wait, we're gonna go for a brief commercial break. We'll be right back.
No, you have to swallow your ego and support your wife. Do things to make her happy.
Just like you would teach your children financial literacy. The woman also has to know the ABC of financial literacy.
Welcome back. Still talking about who should pay the bills. The studio is hot, smoking. And we're still having an argument here to decide who should pay the bills. Yes, when it comes to money issue, you know, Barrister, it's wonderful to have women like you here, and obviously, like I said earlier on, you are someone who believes that, you know, a man should pay his bills if he can, and at the same time, a woman should support. But you know what? We've got someone else joining us today. Okay. Let's hear from a man. Okay. We have Mr. Ayo Kazim.
I'm sure Mr. Kazim, you pay all your bills. You pay all your bills.
I hope they won't ask me to pay.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Mr. Kazim pays all his bills.
Yes, he does actually. Mr. Kazim is a trained engineer. He's also a scriptwriter and a filmmaker.
Wow.
I think he has a film to his credit. What is the film?
Yes, it starts with The Wish of the Dying Man.
The Wish of the Dying Man.
Oh,
I hope
like
that
that
dying man
title.
was wishing to pay his bill and he paid his bill. Yeah.
Let me ask you, what do you think? I know it's not all men who have great jobs. You know, the fingers are not equal. We can't all be perfect. Some people are still struggling. And if they have a partner who can pay the bills, is there anything wrong with her doing that? Does it affect the relationship, the dynamics of the relationship?
Basically, I don't believe it should affect the dynamics of the relationship. Because actually, I want to agree with Aisha that a man should pick up the bills.
Thank you.
Because when you look at marriage, who is the originator of marriage? It's God. And when God made man, he gave man responsibility in the garden before the woman came. So the man had a job already before the woman came. And he said, I'm going to give you a companion and a helpmate. So the woman is supposed to be a companion and at the same time help the man. In an ideal situation, if the man is endowed, the woman is supposed to help the man. Not necessarily financially. There's a whole lot of things that a woman can do, which they don't really give them credit for. Because building a home is a whole lot of job.
Yes, it is.
And if you want to factor that in terms of bills, is a lot. Because when you get into the houses of those rich people, you know how many housemaids you have to employ, people to do the cleaning, the driver to take the children to school and stuff like that. So if you factor into money, the woman in the home is actually doing a lot to support the man. And the kind of support we are talking about is not only financial, it's emotional. The man is coming back from work and say, welcome darling, how was your day? You know that there are times you want to take some decisions, even in the office, that you are confused, you can share, you can just sort out the opinion of your wife and say, how will she handle this situation? And from there you can even know what you're going to do. So there's a whole lot of support that a woman can give to a man that does not really mean that you have to put in financial support. That's the way I see it. But that is the ideal situation. Okay. But the world is changing.
True.
The challenges are so enormous to pay the house rent, to pay the children's school fees, and all sorts. And that is what has actually pushed the women to go out there and earn a living in order to support the man. A man, they should get out of the mindset that I'm the head. You understand? The head thing is dragging a lot of men crazy, making us to feel like when the woman comes in to support us, they are bruising our ego. Because we have that mindset that I'm the head.
Thank you. Yeah.
You know, don't see yourself as the head. You are just a partner in progress, and you're supposed to be supportive of each other. That's the way I see it. And there are so many things that is happening in the world. There are situations whereby the man does not have a job, and the woman is the one that has a job. So what happens in that situation? Are you going to say you are the head and go and kill yourself when you know your wife can actually bail you out of that bad situation for the time being until you're able to sort yourself out? No, you have to swallow your ego and support your wife. Do things to make her happy. You know, when she's out there doing other things to bring in the income, there are some other things that you two can do to help her out.
Thank you.
That's the way I see it.
Thank you.
That's a perfect, ideal situation.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Okay, you have a wife. It's a scenario. Let's put this in a scenario. Your wife is at home. She doesn't go to work. Yeah, she's busy running the home and everything. And then she runs up a phone bill of 100,000 naira. Who should pay the bill?
That's a tricky one. Actually, be it as it may, I think the man should pay the bill.
Okay. Pay her bills from chatting all day with her friends.
You have to pay the bill if the woman is at home really making the home. But I believe if the woman is really at home making the home, she wouldn't have enough time to start running up the bills of 100,000. Definitely, if she can run up the bill of 100,000, then she must be very, very idle at home.
No, but you do. But the thing, what we're trying to look at is apart from the bills of, education, school fees, and paying the rent, there are other bills as well that are incurred, and women do incur. There's a bill of shopping. When you travel, other things that we do and everything. A man should pay the bill.
Bills, yes.
Aisha, the man will pay all the bills.
You see, but when the woman becomes unreasonable
you just took the words out of my mouth. Bills. Then
the man should raise an eyebrow.
Thank you. You are so
only an eyebrow, but he should still pay the bills.
He's so practical. When the woman is unreasonable about picking up the bills, then the man, there has to be some consequences for that. The man should first raise questions that you cannot continue to, incur such bills. If you incur them, you would have to pay for them by yourselves. There is an allowance for the woman on a monthly basis, and this is the allowance. You cannot exceed it. Just like you would teach your children financial literacy. The woman also has to know the ABC of financial literacy of the bills she needs to manage the home. If you want to be more extravagant in your spending, then you have to pick up the extras from what you get from the man.
Fantastic. Yes, but set your money aside.
Where there are no such provisions, and the woman earns a living, I stand to be corrected. Assuming the woman works in a bank, the man is the bank MD somewhere, he has 10 banks, he pays all the bills, and she has money to herself. Would she just sit down there and say, because my husband can do all of that? Fine, it's good. Every woman loves it. I would want my man to even buy my nail polish. It's beautiful. But it will be unreasonable, unfair of me, that I can afford to go to salon at least make my hair. And I now wait for him to bring the money for me.
You're not getting it.
I'm getting it.
No,
you're not. Saying that the man must pick all the
personal
bills.
Spending. No, all the bills. We are talking about house rent. My personal bill. The man has a responsibility. No, hold on. That is why I said I need to make clarification. Aside from what the man gives to the woman, if you want to spend extra on that, the money should come from you as the woman.
Yes.
But for those basic bills, the man takes the responsibility.
The man should pay. We agree with that.
No, the way I see it,
where you can afford it.
The way I see it is pretty easy.
Where you can afford it.
It takes two to make a child.
Yes.
You're the father, I'm the mother.
Yes.
No matter how rich you are, I will take care of my kids as well. I'm sorry, I don't care how much money you have. There's certain things I want to do for my children from my own account, on my own bill. And it will be a constant thing. I'm not going to wait on you to take care of my kids.
That is your choice now, baby.
It's a choice. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's my choice. That's the way I see it.
We are talking about compulsion. That the man is making demands that, look, we have to spill this bill. You pay the NEPA bill, I will buy gas, petrol for the generator. I will pay the hospital bills.
But that is if you are looking at it from the African context.
What is wrong with that?
If you talk about Europe, in England,
it's normal.
No, I'm talking about African context or Nigerian context.
You know, look, from the point that Aisha is talking from, you know, I can completely understand what she's talking about. Now, when you say that, you know what, a man has the right to pay the bills, okay, and he should pay his bills, that's fine, okay. Now, when a man doesn't pay his bills, okay, and because it's a free thing where if he doesn't pay, nobody says anything, what happens to the kids who go without? Who goes after the man to pay his bills? Remember, the man has a free reign where because he's the man, he's the head of a family, he's an African man, he's allowed to pay the bills, and because of that, you know, whatever. Do you understand? You know, and Aisha is saying, you know what, that is what a man should do. He should pay his bills.
Yes.
Now, when a man doesn't pay his bills,
and he can afford it,
and he can afford to pay his bills,
that's gross irresponsibility.
Okay.
That's the point I'm coming from.
Who goes after him? Remember, he's an African man, he's the head. He cannot be disrespected.
Nobody goes after him.
It's not a question of disrespect. Now, it's a question of calling the man attention to his responsibility. You understand? And when you, in the African context, when you get married, you just don't pick a lady on the street and you just get into marriage just like that. You must have gone to some people to say, I love this woman, I want this woman to be my wife for the rest of my life and things like that. So in a situation where things doesn't go well like that, then you can still seek assistance.
Another example is when you have, you know, you have a relationship, you are in a marriage, and for some reason, you have to go your own separate ways. But there are children involved. And because you have gone your separate ways, your responsibility to your children are abandoned. Who makes the man takes responsibility for such?
We're going to take a short break before you answer that. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Hammer's. We're still talking about who pays the bills. And Aisha, you were about to say something?
I asked the question, where a marriage or a relationship has failed, irreconcilable differences, you have gone your different ways, and the man abandons the responsibility of taking care of the children. Who should hold the man accountable? Who should make him pay the bills, you know, for those children?
In an ideal situation, if it's a marriage, then before you go your separate way, there must be a procedure in the law that you have to follow.
We know how slow the court system is in Nigeria. And perhaps the judge who is sitting on the case is also a guilty party. You know, is also having this kind of issues and is in the same shoes as this man who has abandoned responsibility. So how do you take it further?
What happens is before when marriage is broken down irretrievably and divorce is granted, they look at who earns more, who is in a better financial position to look after the family. That's what the court look at now. It's not whether it's a man or a woman. If you are the one that is more responsible, for crying out loud, they wouldn't just say because it's a man and they carry the children to give him to go and live in Ajegule, while you have a house in Dauphin Estate and you have all the money, the children can be more comfortable. That's what the court looks at. And again, if the marriage is to be separated, there are kids involved. They also look at how responsible you are as a woman and how responsible the man is as a man. Whoever that is more responsible, maybe you are remarried, you have a suitor, you have one small boyfriend that is making you happy, that will now come and abuse your daughter. They will not give you the cost of those children, no matter the money you have. So, but they will make the man to take care of the children and ask you to pay the bills or send the child to a custodian, give it to a neutral party. So who pays the bill when the marriage is broken down or there's divorce? It does not determine by who is in a better position to look after these children.
You make it sound so simple and easy.
Yes.
How long does it take to decide who gets what and who does what?
Well, marriage, divorces cases takes between 2 to 3 years. If you live apart for 2 years, better for you. You live apart for 3 years, whoa, sweeter.
During this period, who pays the bill?
Before
the court finally reaches
it depends on where you go to institute your divorce proceedings. If you have gone to maybe a welfare home, the welfare will first of all look at it. Or the police will first of all look at it. Or the preliminary hearing, when you have started the suit. The magistrate or the courts will, on the basis of that one first, look at who takes the custody of the children, depending on the divorce proceedings.
Who pays the bill?
Who pays the bill at
during
that
this
point?
period?
Whoever that is in the more financial capacity will take care of the
But
bills.
usually, in most situations, it's the person who has the kids that pays the bill, because you will not sit down and watch your children go hungry.
If
you
you
will
have
not sit down and watch your
custody.
children not turn up in school.
Who has the
You will
custody
sit
will
and watch
take
your
care of
children
children.
wear
For
rags.
instance, there are cases where the man will not be given grants, will not be given opportunity to have the custody of these children while he has the money. But there's a woman in the house who don't even want to receive those children. The children will still be with the mother, and the man pays the bill. So that is not who takes care of the children or who has the custody of the children. Well, let me use legal terms.
She hasn't answered my question. What I want to know is who pays the bills before the court rules? If it takes 2 years, if it takes 1 year, if it takes 6 months,
well,
who pays
in
the
that
bills?
case, whoever that is more interested in having the custody of the children should take care of the children. If the man is more interested, the man can take care of the children more. He has the money, he has everything. And the woman just insisted, I must go with my children, I must go with my children. Unless, again, he's a very responsible man. So, okay, go with the children. I will not allow my children to suffer. He will send the money to the account or go to school and pay off the bill. But if he's a wicked man, he will take your children and take care of the property.
A wicked man will turn his back on his children.
Yes, am I lying?
A wicked man really to turn his back on his children.
Well, depends. If he maybe won't even give him access to see the children, won't even want him to have anything to do with the children. So why would he want to?
No,
spend his money?
but not having access to see children, does that determine the fact that your children would not eat?
No.
No, but why would you not
all.
allow the man access to his children?
Well,
as a woman, what can make a woman?
There are women like that.
There are women like
there
that.
are women like that.
I've seen cases like that.
There are women like that.
I think in that case,
even when they are
suffering,
suffering, they don't even want, because of the hatred they have for the man, they don't even want the man's money, or if she just feels she can go on and she'll be suffering.
Because when there is a misunderstanding and the woman feels pain,
yes,
she wants to do everything to get back at the man.
Get at the man.
The
Doesn't want
easiest way
anything
is
to do
to make sure the man doesn't have access to the children.
I think all this is also based on the relationship between the two people involved. At the end of the day, that's what it is, isn't it?
But if I were the woman and the man can take care of the children, let him pay the money and I'll take care of my child. And again, the court will also look at the sex of the children, their ages, and also ask them questions. The children are also entitled to say where they want to be. Yes. If they say, I want to go with my mommy, even though my mommy lives in the hotel, that's his choice. Because it's an adult, it's above 18.
So in conclusion, what we're saying is, even though bills are not determined by any factor in a relationship about who should pay for what, but generally, as a society, we believe that, the man should pay the bill. Is that what we're all agreeing on?
That's
Aisha's opinion. Okay.
My belief is that we have so evolved over the years that you have so many marriages nowadays where it is the woman that's paying the bills and nobody knows about it.
For me, anybody who can afford the bill, the man or the woman should pay the bill.
Really, honestly, at the end of the day, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
That's what it is.
Anybody who can afford to
pay the bill, should pay the bill.
Where I disagree is when the man can afford to pay the bills and is expecting the woman to come and pay.
It's not normal.
And if it's the woman that is paying the bill, the man should be appreciative of that fact. At that point in time, and support as well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. Anyway, we've been talking about who pays the bills. Thank you very much, Barrister, for sharing your views.
Our audience,
and also, yes, and thank you so much as well, Mr. Kazim. Welcome back to Amazons. We've been talking about who pays the bills. We had one of our guests, a female who thinks we should support our men in paying the bills. And of course, we have a gentleman here, a very good gentleman, a very responsible gentleman, who thinks a man should take up his responsibility by paying all the bills. Aisha Bimbo, woof.
Look, my end point is sometimes you don't pick who you fall in love with. And as much as the ideal situation for every woman is, you know, you're the princess in a castle, living the good life, that's a fairy tale. It doesn't happen like that all the time. And some of us, you know, you might find yourself falling for the guy who's still struggling to make it, who hasn't arrived. And I don't think him being able to take up the responsibilities should be, you know, a key factor in the relationship. If you can handle it, go for it. The difference is that just be sure that whoever you are with is a responsible person. And you can tell. People don't hide their true colors. Trust me, you can tell in the little details. A man who will wake up in the morning and say, oh, good morning, baby, and give you a glass of, you know, tea or a cup of tea because he knows you're going to work, is not putting it on. Some men would never think of doing that. So you can tell. So if you meet a guy who is not financially stable and you are okay, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't support him.
Can I ask you guys, can I ask you ladies, okay, in a situation where you date a man or you're married to a man who didn't have anything before you met him, and then you paid the bills while you were with him, and then after you've paid the bills for a while, he becomes something, or he's able to manage, and then the marriage breaks for whatever reason. Would you be bitter? Would you be happy? Would you expect more? Would you think you've worked for nothing?
If it was me, but the bitterness would come in depending on what broke us up and how bad it was, but not because you know, supported you at a point in time, because it was a relationship with two of us against the world.
Aisha, what do you think?
That's what I believe.
I think there will be no bitterness depending on the circumstances for the breakup.
Okay.
I mean, when the marriage was contracted in the first place, you didn't think it would end, so you put your best to it, you worked for it. I mean, if it didn't now work, there's no bitterness. I mean, everybody goes their own way. But I'm coming back to the same point that we started with, which is the man should take up the bills. The man who is financially able. That is the point I'm trying to make here. It would be unreasonable for any woman sees a man who is struggling to make ends meet, and you are in a better financial position to take up the bills, and you say you will not because the man is the head of the family. It will be absolutely irresponsible, ridiculous for you to do that. But where the man is capable of taking care of the bills and he expects the woman to split the bills with him, no, the man should be 100% responsible. Whatever extras that the woman wants, the woman should
of her own choice, not because she has to. Thank you so much. We've been talking about who should pay the bills. There are no set rules in life about who should pay the bills. But as a society and as an African country as well, we believe that our men should look after our bills while we as women look after the homes. But then, we should support as women. He's been emotional, wonderful, exciting as well, and enlightening, talking about who should pay the bills. But you know what? Till next time, keep paying your bills.